Hey everybody, welcome to your Uranus Retrograde Tarot Forecast with me, Stella Wilde. This is for all signs. It is time-stamped. Those timestamps are in the description. Please watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign, because I am going to break this reading down by the houses of the zodiac. So Uranus goes retrograde for 5 months, from August 19th to January 18th, 2022. Uranus, of course, is the planet of rebellion, awakening, sudden shocks, insights, just crazy things happening, epiphanies, falling in love at first sight. I mean, all sorts of just sudden exciting awakenings. And yes, sometimes Uranus can also bring changes that we don't really care for, sure. But basically, really, what Uranus is trying to do is get us out of a rut that no longer serves us. So when a planet is actually stationing, whether it is stationing retrograde or stationing direct, those days surrounding the station can be very intense, okay? So pay attention, especially on the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, etc. of August, and then also that same time period in January, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, etc. You may feel the earth move under your feet, so to speak. I mean, Uranus is in Taurus. You may feel that energy a little more intensely around that time. So what is Uranus retrograde all about? We know when Mercury goes retrograde, we often have to redo things. We have to be careful with communications. When Venus goes retrograde, we have to pay particular attention to our love and money and not make big decisions surrounding those topics. So when Uranus goes retrograde, it's an outer planet. So it's about bigger themes in our lives. It's not like, Venus and Mercury, which are more mundane and dealing with more, day-to-day type energies. It is the bigger picture, one of the bigger picture outer planets, right? So what this is suggesting is that this is going to be a good time for you to take a nap, take a break, probably, pull back a little bit and look at the house where Uranus is transiting and look at places where you still need to make a breakthrough. You still may need to revise something. You still may need to get out of a rut, shake things up. Use your genius, use Uranus's genius and brilliance and capability to generate breakthroughs for yourself, all right? So really look at places where you still may be a little stuck, and what can you do to, of course, use these energies, use the introspective time of the retrograde to, make some adjustments in your course of action, in your life, etc. And let's get into your reading. All right, Aries. So the Uranus retrograde is happening in your second house of show me the money and your self-esteem. So you could really be dealing with the aftermath of some financial decisions. You could be really rethinking your whole financial plan. So let's see what we have. Well, it's about values too. So you may be rethinking what is important to you in terms of how you're spending your money, how you're using your resources, okay, how you're making your money as well. So let's see what we have for you, Aries. Okay, we have the Chariot and the Magician. Wow, awesome. So, wow. Well, this is what I feel. You guys want more freedom. You want the freedom to call the shots in some sort of way that is extremely empowering. I mean, both of these energies, very much empowering energy. The Magician, of course, is about using your special talents, skills, and capability, the certain only things you can do, Aries, the certain magic that you can make. And this is also about a new path opening up. And also being very visible, taking charge, right? Taking the reins of your life and moving confidently on some sort of new self-created path. That is the thing, because it's the Magician. So with these two energies, I strongly advise and suggest using the Uranus retrograde to figure out how you can take greater command and control of your destiny in terms of your money and how you're earning your money values, how you're spending your money, etc. This is very much under your control. There could be some sort of new creative project with the Magician that you could start, including some sort of business, if that is what you're into. And it could really open up by the time we get to 7 months from now. So that would be 5 months is January. So by the time we get to Pisces season, to your birthday almost, there could be some, really gorgeous manifestation of something that you initiate now. All right, some sort of new path, whether it is a creative project, a business, whatever it might be. All right, so let's see what else. Yeah, we have a 9 of Wands. We have a King of Cups. And we have a 4 of Swords. Okay, so very interesting. This energy is like, I've had it. It's very, very, you have the 9 of Wands. I'm exhausted from doing whatever I'm doing. I'm exhausted physically. I'm also exhausted emotionally. And my brain is also fried. Right? So, and it's interesting that the King of Cups is in the middle, because it's really like, I feel like emotionally you're kind of on your last nerve, so to speak, with a particular situation with your finances. Probably something to do, of course, because most of us have to work for our finances. Probably something about the path you have been on in terms of, you're earning your money. So your job could have been exhausting you to the bone. Again, burning you out, frying you, so to speak, frying your mental circuits. And also because this is in the middle for me, this here in these energies, this King of Cups, it also is emotionally draining and unfulfilling. So this is about really getting back your power, getting back to yourself, taking charge again. And I think this Uranus retrograde is going to require you to dig deep into yourself and into your power, because this has been draining, whatever this has been for you. And this could be the last, 4 to 9 years even. All right. It may not just be the last 4 to 9 months. It could go back farther than that. So, and I know it can be hard when we reach this level of total burnout, physically, mentally, and emotionally, to dig deeper into ourselves and find the magic. But your magic and your spark is still there to manifest greater prosperity for yourself. It's time to align with your divine path and go for it. So, whatever you need to do to dig deeper is what you need to do the next 5 months to work with this Uranus retrograde. It may be a struggle at times. I mean, I get that from these energies over here. But the struggle will be worth it if in the end you are taking greater charge of your situation, which I feel you're going to do. You're going to, bust through this. Perhaps you, allow yourself to take a little break from whatever this is. In some, this could be your break, planning and working on, even though it's a lot of work, some sort of side hustle business that can generate more income for you while you're still doing your full-time thing, so that eventually you can move forward with confidence and excitement and, a fully created business for yourself. So I know it's hard, you got to just dig in. You got to dig deep. You are strong. You can find the magic within yourself to create this new path. So it's not going to be like this forever. This 9 of Wands, this burnout. You're gonna get this. And for those of you who've already started on making positive changes in your life with your finances and manifesting more and working on some project or business that you're starting, something on the side, hang in there. This is no time to give up. All right, you have this beautiful 2 major arcana energies of triumph and success. Keep going. All right, keep going. All right, Taurus. So, of course, the Uranus retrograde is happening in your sign. You have been dealing with, getting the full effect of Uranus because he's in Taurus right now. So let's see what we have for you. This retrograde may bring a little bit of a reprieve with the intensity of changes, but with those major planets going direct the middle of October, we're all going to feel that intense, level of change and movement as well. So, and you will still have Saturn squaring your sign as well. But the level of intensity may ease off a little bit. Let's see what we have. All right, so we have an Ace of Swords and we have a Six of Swords. So, this energy is in your first house, which here's the number 1 here. So it is in the house of the self. It is about, where am I going? Where, who am I going to go with? Who am I? Who am I now? So you're going through this major renaissance, this process of rebirth, really, in terms of Uranus is shaking you up from the roots, like your sense of self. So this Uranus retrograde is saying it's going to be time to think about some decisions that may be coming in about 6 months. All right. So probably in February of 2022, because Uranus will be retrograde for 5 months until end of January 2022. So really rethinking and making a decision about moving on. Now, this could be you have been contemplating some sort of move from a job or a place where you are living, or both. This is also, of course, troubles passing away. So you may be wanting, rethinking and making some decisions about making life easier for yourself in some way. All right. And that will involve moving on from a situation or situations. All right, let's see what else we have. All right, we have a Ten of Pentacles. We have a King of Cups and a Four of Swords. Okay, interesting. So there could be a water sign involved, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I'm just going to read this as energy. All right, with this King of Cups here. You apply it to your life as you see fit. The Ten of Coins is the linchpin energy. So there is very much some decisions to be made about the family finances. And then, of course, this is real estate energy. So where you're living, how you're living. This is really could be a very emotional decision, because the King of Cups is here, about probably selling a home or wrapping up some sort of estate, family-like type matters. Maybe from a father figure, because there is, male energy here, but, it just depends on your personal situation. There is a sense, I think, to relieve yourself mentally of, again, the Four of Swords. Look at all these swords popping in here. Relieve yourself mentally and take a break from whatever these changes have been. Things may have been a little difficult, because the Six of Swords is showing up here, which is suggesting, again, that troubles are passing away, but that means there were troubles. You see what I'm saying? So you may need to take a little bit of a break from whatever the intense changes have been once this Ten of Pentacles situation gets wrapped up. This is very emotional. You need a timeout, but this has got to get figured out first. So you're going to use this Uranus retrograde to maybe gather your wits about you, because again, the changes may have been very intense, and rethink, this Ace of Swords, and make some decisions about this Ten of Pentacles. So this is very much suggestive to me of some sort of major change in family finances, how you're living, how you, earn your money even. Very, very possible. I'm feeling with this energy that there is, though, likely a sell out, because the 10 is here. So it's like we're reaching the end of a situation. And that place is not fitting you anymore. But as I said, there's something emotional connected with that particular situation. Maybe it's the family home you grew up in. You could also be returning to family. There could be a decision to move back to a place like where you grew up. That is very possible also here. So again, it's about, that sense of identity, the first house where this Uranus is happening, this Uranus retrograde, Uranus's transit. So it's very, very interesting, but there is a sense here of needing to take a breather. Take a break. This has been a lot of stress on your brain with these swords showing up. That will ease up. I do think that it is possible that there will be some sort of financial benefit by the time that we get out of this Uranus retrograde based on the decision you make over here. So again, particularly if it's about buying, selling, there could be some sort of payout. Like if you take an early retirement, that's a big decision to make. This is a big lifestyle decision that you are making. So all of the things I've already mentioned. But it's time for it also, because something has been problematic. That's why the Six of Swords is showing up. And you know, it's been causing a lot of mental stress, this Four of Swords. Now I know Five of Swords, I call it daytime anxiety, but the Four of Swords, it's like it's gotten so bad that you have to like withdraw. Right? It's like you've had a period where you have felt kind of cut off mentally, you've been burned out, and also emotionally as well here. But that will change. So what I'm feeling here is that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and also really being assertive in terms of your decision making. All right, making it about yourself. Okay, because of the Ace of Swords, and this Uranus retrograde is happening in your first house, and raising your sword in victory in terms of what is important for you to sign up for. I always look at the Ace of Swords as a pen, you know, signing your name. What are you going to sign up for? You want to sign up for, I think, something that's going to help you have more ease in your life. So some of you may take like I said, a retirement package. You may sell the house that you don't need that big a house anymore type thing, etc. and so on. And it's going to really free you up mentally so that you can also, and emotionally too, so that you can pursue other things. All right. There is a sense that this is, wrapping up one phase of identity, so that you can embark upon something new and something very much that you are deciding. All right, Gemini. So the Uranus retrograde is happening in your 12th house of things behind the veil, things that are in your subconscious, the unseen world. It's behind. The 12th house is the mysterious house, the house of dreams, of course. So there could be some stuff like coming up from your past. That's possible. Not people, but stuff, like your own stuff that you want to heal, that you want to shift in some way. Memories from the past, like that type of thing. All right, so let's see what we have for you, Gemini, with that energy. All right, so we have a Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Wheel. All right, wow. Ooh, I'm getting like body chills. So this is what I am feeling. Queen of Pentacles is very much about manifestation energy. And this, of course, is Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune. This is the universe. This is the wheel turning and timing. I feel like the universe is going to remind you during this Uranus retrograde of something that you really want to manifest in your life that you may have forgotten about. So remember, Uranus is the great awakener. He is the lightning bolt. He is the flash of genius. So, so I think your subconscious may bring out something in a dream, like of a place you want to travel to, or, whatever this pentacle would be for, what you would want to manifest. A new job, a new home, some sort of relationship, new connections, whatever it is. But I think that you're going to have like a sense almost of like deja vu. You're going to encounter something either in this reality or in the dream world, and it's going to wake you up to something you forgot about. But you didn't really forget it. It just kind of went underground in your subconscious. And it's going to be brought back up, awakened to your attention so that you can manifest it, so that you can focus your time and energy on it and make it happen. All right, let's see what else we have for this. Wow, very interesting energies. Capricorn. Oh, the Hierophant. Look at these major arcanas. And the Two of Swords. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay. There's something here with this energy that I'm feeling there's a block. All right. There's something from your past with this, because remember, this is 12th house. So it's very deep, like subconscious, psychological, things that can get, buried deep. So there's something here from your long ago past with this Devil card here. And this is, Taurus energy, and this is where Uranus is. There's something here where I feel like you may have had a commitment to something that was very dysfunctional. Okay, so this could have been a relationship, this could have been a job, whatever it might have been, but there was some sort of commitment to it. And that is almost like this subconscious block, because that's what this is for me, this Two of Swords, preventing you from, or not preventing you, but that perhaps has has blocked the realization of this thing you want to manifest. All right, so it's the type of thing, this is, I'll give you an example. I work best with examples. All right, so this is the type of thing where maybe you've always felt like you wanted to write a book. All right, or let me reframe that. Maybe when you were younger, you loved to write when you were in school, but you had one of those teachers who was a freaking red pen grammar guru, but in a bad way. Okay, like bled all over your paper, like they made all this red ink marks all over your paper, and they were very stern and just very judgmental, and it totally turned you off of writing, and maybe even made you feel like you couldn't do it. So that's the block. So we have a mental block, like I'm never going to allow myself to be vulnerable again and share my heart through writing because of what happened to me. But you may have buried that very deeply in your subconscious. So what I feel here is that the universe will bring you an opportunity to manifest, again, some sort of dream situation, whatever, that you did want, and you may have wanted it from a long time ago. So, for example, a friend says to you, this is the universe at play. The friend may say to you, hey, I'm going to start this little writing group. You want to join me? And you'll be like, why are you asking me? Okay. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, maybe I'd like to do that. All right. Or you have this dream about, old typewriters. You're in a factory where they make old typewriters, and you're inspecting the machinery, and you're the one who has to try them out before they get shipped out to, we're talking old timey here, typewriters. Okay. Before they get shipped out to wherever they get shipped out to. And you wake up and like, oh, was I writing? Okay. You see what I'm saying? So there's something here where the universe is going to bring it to your attention, whatever this thing was that at one time you may have wanted, but there was a shameful block, not your fault, but a shameful block that was put up and put in place. And you said, never again, I'm not going to do it. But secretly, you've still been yearning to have that manifest. It's a desire of yours. And that's the thing about soul purpose desires. They never go away. They're always there. If that's part of, whatever is part of your soul purpose, as we see like in an astrology chart as an example, that's always there. It's always like there that you can act upon it or not. But when we often do not act upon something that is part of our soul destiny and desire, we sometimes get ourselves in trouble because we distract away from it, and then we end up doing things that are not good for us. So what I feel this Uranus retrograde will be good for is reconnecting you with your desires. And it's particularly with something that you have not been allowing yourself to acknowledge that you really wanted, because there might have been a shameful wound from the past about it. But let's face it, you're not in this shameful energy anymore, especially if that happened when you were a kid. You are a grown up now. Here you are. You're a grown up now, and you can manifest anything you would like. And the universe and this Uranus retrograde is going to bring you an opportunity to do just that. All right, Cancer. So the Uranus retrograde is happening in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. So you could be rethinking, what you want to manifest next. All right, so let's see what we have going on for you. All right, let's see. Cancer, what do we got? All right, so we have a 10 of swords, and we have your energy. Wow. So there is something here about the fact that you need to kind of emotionally surrender and let go of something that perhaps you have been trying to manifest, and maybe it didn't manifest yet. Now, that doesn't mean it's not ever going to manifest. It just means that currently we have reached the end of a line with that particular thing, okay? So, and again, it's about, the retrograde is about readjusting, rethinking, reevaluating. So, also, I feel like there's something that it just didn't work. All right. Now, whatever it might be, but with your energy showing up here, and see how you're looking over at this situation, I think you're going to be able to use the retrograde, because Uranus is about genius also, and, inspired download thoughts. So I think you're going to maybe perhaps also use this retrograde to be open-minded and open to some genius possibilities, to rethink whatever this situation is that you need to temporarily give up on forcing, or give up on continuing to try to manifest it. So, I mean, sometimes when we, cling too tightly to a certain outcome that we want, it pushes it further away. So I'm going to pull some more cards, but that's what I'm feeling. It's like it just maybe the timing of it is not correct right now. And you have been stuck in some regard in terms of manifesting this thing. So if the universe is putting up a stop sign, a roadblock, it's not time to continue to force it and try to make the universe change to the green light. Like I said, it might change to the green light eventually. You may get an inspired Uranian download to help you switch out of this 10 of swords. So be open to that, all right? But don't force anymore with this particular situation. All right, let's see what else we have here. We have the Emperor, the Page of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So look at all these people popping into this reading. So what this is saying to me is that you will get a manifestation. You will get a wish fulfilled by the time this Uranian retrograde is over. It could be involving money in some way, of course, but she's really just about the fact that she can manifest tangible things. Whatever she thinks actually lands in her hand, right? So this is about claiming your power back, the Emperor, all right? And taking those forward steps towards something that you can actually manifest now. Like I said, this has been a roadblock. There's something that needs to be surrendered. You need to just let it go for now, get back to yourself, to your power, and take charge in a new direction. Page of Wands, and actually start putting the energy behind the new direction. Pages for me are about the baby steps. They are about, of course, pages, action, taking action, moving forward, one step at a time. But this is very much inspired action and powerful action, action that comes from a sense of empowerment. So this is not empowerment over here. This is beating your head against the wall and not getting anywhere. So like I said, you still may get some sort of download and an inspiration for this, but don't hold your breath. Don't be waiting around for some sort of Uranian insight to manifest that Ten of Swords thing. It's a general reading. Sure, it could still happen, but we're going to refocus over here. We're going to refocus on what makes us feel strong, like the Emperor. What makes us feel in command, in control? What makes us feel like we can do anything, right? So, and that is about taking the actions to do that. And then here she is, the Queen of Pentacles. So you can manifest a wish. It absolutely can happen. This is about looking, the Emperor has to think strategically, right? He's in charge of a lot of stuff. He has to really think of the bigger picture. He may be responsible for a lot of people also. This is like, head of the household energy as well, right? So something like that. So you may have to also be thinking of those matters as well as you're using this energy with this Uranus retrograde, because this is one of those situations where it is a pit. It's an endless pit of sucking your energy, and it's not going anywhere right now. So very nice energy. Now, for those of you who, 11th house, hopes and wishes and dreams, who have been really hoping to manifest something positive in terms of starting a business, okay? Or taking your business to the next level, that is very possible with this energy. But again, it's going to require you to make some difficult decisions to, again, kind of refocus your energies and start something new. Start something new, particularly something maybe involving video with the wands here, or some sort of actual marketing promotion that involves video. That's possible also for this energy. But this is very good energy for starting, Page of Wands, some sort of self-employment, even if it's just a side hustle. Because it could blossom. We have a Queen of Pentacles here. It could blossom into something beautiful. This could also be some sort of new project that you want to start for your business. I encourage you to incorporate some element of video with it as well, if that is applicable for you. But this is great. I think you will have a very nice tangible manifestation by the end of this Uranus retrograde, but you gotta let something else go, Cancer. All right, Leo, this Uranus retrograde is happening in your 10th house of career, calling, status in life. All right, so Uranus retrograde, rethinking your career, the time that you're putting into your career, what you're doing for your career, etc. All right, let's see what we have going on for you, Leo. I'm going to do one quick shuffle this way. All right, Leo, what do we have for you? Oh, we have your energy. Beautiful. And the Five of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. So I read Pentacles as self-esteem, not just about money. So there is something here about, are you treating yourself fairly? Are other people treating you fairly when it comes to honoring everything that you bring to the table? This is your energy. So you may be being taken advantage of in some way. They may not be paying you enough. They may not be seeing your brilliance enough. They may not be honoring you enough. There is something here where you are giving it your all. Your energy came out first, but what are you getting back? And because you may not be getting back what you really deserve, you may start falling into this. And we don't want that to happen. Your energy coming out first, you're brilliant, as we know, right? You are just alive and, well, we know you're alive, but you are filled with life, filled with joy, filled with creative energy and spirit. This energy, because of this could also be the people around you are like this. Here you are, like positive, optimistic, and you're giving it your all, and the people are around you are complaining and whining and, just pessimist, the glass is half empty, etc. and so on. So that's another possibility. So you are rethinking either your environment of work, you can be rethinking how they're paying you or the people around you, how, you're being treated at this place, and it's starting to wear on you. All right, so let's see what else we have. Okay, let's see what else we have. I mean, the other possibility, if you own your own business, because that's possible too, you really are wanting to rethink ways that you can make more money, right? So there could be some things going on with that. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we have. Gorgeous. The Star, the Seven of Cups, and the Fool. Wow, look at this energy. All right. What I'm feeling from all of this is you cannot let these people drag you down. Whatever this Five of Pentacles is. Remain true to you, this Star. Remain true to the dreams you have for yourself. Some of you, this Uranus retrograde is going to be bringing you a serious rethink about a new path for your career. Okay, because the Star is here. There is a greater destiny unfolding for you in regards to your career. With the Star here, this is to me always like a north node of destiny. This situation will be healed. This Five of Coins, whatever this represents for you, because the Star is after it. It will be healed, but it will require you to take a leap of faith. That's what these two energies are for me. There will be, of course, maybe, some new dream you're going to be nurturing for yourself in regards to your career and how you can gain more satisfaction, more money, more optimistic people around you, that sort of thing. You will make some changes. You're going to have to with these energies here. Well, you don't have to do anything, but I mean, should you choose to. But I think, this is going to drag you down, this Five of Pentacles. And the fact, like I said, that you came out so strong right away, and the fact, too, that this beautiful Star is here, it's like this is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. You do not need to be around this energy anymore. And I think that is using the energies, as I say all the time, that is something to really be focusing in on with this Seven of Cups and this leap of faith. Next year, because we got a Venus retrograde, the end of December into January, next Aquarius season, next February, that may be the time for you to take that leap of faith. Reevaluate what you need for your career. What's going to make you happy and joyous and joyful every day? The amount of money you need, the type of people you need around you, the type of activities you're involved in every day. Use the Uranus retrograde to figure that out and how you can find an opportunity that aligns with that destiny, with those things that you are wishing for. And that will cause you to embark upon some sort of new journey for your career life. That it is time. There is something here to make a very bold move, but it's all about the timing, as we know. So the bold move may come, like I said, may come a little later. Everybody's situation is different. May come in Aquarius season. It could come sooner. Sure, that's very possible. But as I always say, it's about using the energy. So the key here is to reevaluate exactly what you need in all levels with this career. Some of you, the leap of faith could be, my destiny now is to be retired. I want to go write books. I want to go do hobbies. I want to go do other things. I may want to even start my own little business somewhere, whatever it might be for you. All right. But there is a destined change on the horizon. This cannot stand anymore for you. All right, Virgo. So this Uranus retrograde is happening in your 9th house, which is the big picture of your life. And of course, international business, international travel, academia, metaphysical pursuits, spiritual matters, those types of things. But we're going to analyze it from the big picture of your life. All right, so let's see what we have. What do you need to know about this Uranus retrograde? Rethinking long-term goals, the big picture of your situation. All right, let's see. Virgo, what we have. We have the Star and the 9 of Cups. Okay, so there is something you want to manifest very badly. And it's interesting, it's the 9th house, and here's the number 9. So there is some sort of wish, maybe about a healing wish, healing something in your life. You've been wishing to heal a situation. You're perhaps wishing also to have the next level of destiny unfold for your life with this North Node of Destiny, as I always say about the Star card. So that is possible as well. Wishing to follow a new destiny for something going on in your life. All right, let's pull some more cards, but very nice energies here. So, rethinking what's going to make you happy. The 9 of Cups. Sorry, sirens. Okay, let's see what else we have. All right, so we have the Hierophant. We have a cat popping in to say hello. We have another number 9. Wow, the 9 of Pentacles, which is your energy. And Uranus. Oh my goodness, Virgo. This is cray. All right, look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Wow. So we have the commitment card in the middle here. Also lessons learned. Prosperity, independence, and your energy. And then here's Uranus. So what you're committing to in terms of the big picture of your life, particularly in some sort of financial independence, maybe how you earn your money, that is going to be changing. All right. Or has the potential to change. It's energies you can use. You can choose it if you so desire. There's something here about stepping out of a comfort zone also. You have learned all you could learn perhaps in a certain destiny in your life, in a certain path of your life. This is interesting because this is the Aquarian energy. This is where Saturn is currently. And of course, Saturn is squaring Uranus, as I mentioned in the astrology intro, I believe. So Saturn squaring Uranus, this energy is going to be with us all the way through the end of 2022. So it is energy of, dislodging long stuck situations, getting out of ruts. All right. So, but also just kind of like graduating to the next level. But the graduation process may not be all smooth and nice and easy. It can be very tumultuous. But the tumultuousness is serving a purpose. It is serving a purpose to bring you closer to a destined path that you actually have been wanting for a long time in your life, and that actually also can bring greater financial rewards as well with this 9 of Pentacles showing up. So, you've gone all the way you could go on a particular path. I think this Uranus retrograde, these next 5 months, this is, the number 5, Uranus is in Taurus. Here's the Uranus. Oh my gosh. all this energy here. I think you're going to be concocting perhaps your own graduation ceremony, your own, you're going to take on board the lessons that you have learned about, where you have been thus far in your life. And you're going to be coming up with some new wishes, new plans for yourself. And by the end of this Uranus retrograde, so January 18th, here's Uranus, around that when Uranus goes direct, you may be making some very interesting and inspired changes in your life in terms of, again, the big picture, where you're going, how you identify your career, some sort of healing energy, wished for healing, some sort of changes in how you do business. It just depends on whatever the big picture of your life major concern is for you right now. For some of you, it might be something to do with where you're living and how you're living, and manifesting some sort of, I always call this the personal paradise card, manifesting a place that you can call your own. So that's another possibility with this energy. But, you know, there is going to be a new commitment on the horizon for you. If you, again, want to choose the energy to make that happen, that will be much more rewarding to you. I mean, look, both of you, you're surrounded, whatever this commitment is, you're surrounded by 2 number 9s, which is your energy. I know some of you may be born at the end of August, but just work with it, okay? You know, the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. So satisfaction for you, because here's your energy. The 9 of Pentacles is Virgo for me. So absolutely gorgeous energies, but there is a twist. The Uranus energy is coming out. It has not come out for anybody else yet that I've done the readings for thus far. Only you thus far. So there will be an interesting twist. Be open to the twist, because I think the twist will land you in a place that's even better than what you perhaps are currently imagining. Okay? So, you know, the universe always places us exactly where we need to be for however long we need to be there. So you may just be a little flexible with whatever this is for you, whether it's a new job that manifests, a new place to live, etc., because it may be a little different than what you are currently kind of envisioning for yourself. It's still going to be good. It's still going to give you what you want. It probably is going to be even better than what you're imagining. Okay, but stay open to that. All right, Libra. So the Uranus retrograde is happening in your 8th house of deep transformation. So, I mean, the 8th house is a lot of things, but it is ultimately the house of a phoenix rising from the ashes. All right. So it is a lot about physical, mental, and emotional healing. It can be sex, death, taxes, intimacy, those types of deep house, 8th house matters. So the Uranus retrograde is giving you time to perhaps regroup in one of those areas. Let's see what we have for you. Rethink, give a little pause in all of that transformative action and energy. Let's see what we have for you, Libras. Okay, so we have a hangman. And we have temperance. Okay. So there will be a pause in the pace of the transformative energy. These are both very healing energies here. We have Pisces energy. We have Sagittarius energy. Temperance can be absolutely about some sort of healing, getting back to balance in particular. So, and this can also be a spiritual healing because of these energies as well. I feel like the universe is going to put you a little bit in a protective bubble with something going on in your life in one of those 8th house matters. So like I said, the pace of the transformation may slow down a little bit. And it's interesting that the hangman has shown up because, of course, this means that we're not going anywhere right now. So there could be something where progress is slowed down. It's not progress. It's more the deep transformative energy. It gives you the pause to catch your breath. Now, I think the pace will pick up again in December because of the temperance energy showing up here, which is, like I said, Sagittarius. But I think you need time over the next several months of the retrograde to kind of rethink your situation from a spiritual perspective. All right, now it's a general energy. Apply it to your life. Whatever is going on for you, take the time to see your situation from a different perspective. That is exactly what the hangman is about as well. And of course, his crown chakra is lit up here. So it is about tuning in with your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, etc., to check in. Am I on the right transformative path? How am I doing with my healing and my, all my 8th house matters? All right, so let's see what else we have. We have the 9 of Cups. We have the Hierophant. And the Knight of Wands. Okay, interesting. So, The change, when it happens, will make you very happy. And the change will happen quickly, as will some sort of lesson learned, a new commitment. I do feel like you are going to be moving ahead very quickly by the end of January in one of, like I said, toward this wish fulfillment, whatever this is. And again, it's about 8th house matters. So sex, death, taxes, other people's money, and physical, mental, and emotional transformation. So whatever area is fitting for you right now. Because we go from an energy that's very stuck, the Hangman, to an energy that is one of the fastest in the tarot, the Knight of Wands. So just allow the pace to be what the pace is. There is no sense in trying to rush anything. The alchemy of change will happen. I really feel around mid-December for you. There's something here that the process starts rolling, some sort of significant healing transformation in that area, so that by the time we get to the end of January, we have some sort of new commitment in a very positive direction and fast moving progress with this Knight of Wands. There really is a lot of healing energy here. There's with that Temperance especially. I feel also, some of you are going to get your energy back, just your overall physical energy. So it's important to nurture. If there's been something going on with you, important to take a little bit of a time out and heal yourself, even if it is something physically going on with you. Because this suggests, again, reinvigoration, renewal, passion, excitement, very nice energies. Now, some of you, because 8th house is the house of intimacy, if you have been wanting to change your life in that way, so have a new intimate partner, whatever that may mean for you, that can be manifested by the time we get to the Uranus going direct situation at the end of January. But again, I think December is going to be key for that. And right now, there's still some sort of healing you may need to do. Or there may be healing, whoever's coming into your life, because I believe these things are destined. They're not ready yet in some way. They still need to heal from something, or they're stuck in some way, Hangman, doing something else they've got to complete. All right? So allow the transformation to absolutely happen in that divine timing. I think whatever you're wishing for here will manifest very quickly and will lead to some sort of exciting and passionate commitment. That's very, very possible here, even if it's some sort of, new job potential, other people's money. That's very possible as well. So there could be a benefit from starting some sort of new job, other people's money, and having the wish come true to get the salary you want. That's possible also. Very, very nice energies here, but take your time. This is really what I'm feeling the message. You just cannot push the river. Like, the river is going to go at whatever pace it's going to go. So, just wait for the right time to dip your toe in. You will know when it's the time for that beautiful transformation to happen. So look at this. 9 of Cups, beautiful. Wish fulfillment and moving forward with passion and excitement. So Scorpio, the Uranus retrograde is happening in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, including business partnerships. So there could be a rethink about who you're involved with, your relationship status in some way. So let's see what we have going on for you. Scorpio, relationships. What is happening? Oh, we have a 5 of Cups. And we have a 4 of Swords. Okay. So some of you have put yourself on a timeout from relationships. And you are absolutely rethinking what you want in a relationship, because there could have been a recent disappointment within the last 5 weeks to 5 months, something going on. So you've kind of put yourself in a timeout over here. All right. So let's pull some more some more cards. Hangman. You definitely put yourself in a timeout. Temperance, and I shuffled, and we're getting some of the same energies I just got for Libra. And the Nine of Cups. Interesting. All right. I shuffled. So we got the same energy in a different configuration, though, than Libra. Okay. So the universe is putting you a little bit, and you are also working with the universe and putting yourself, as I said, in a little bit of a timeout because of what went on over here. All right. So, for some of you, this could have been 5 years ago, even that you've been 4 to 5 years ago, you've been on kind of this timeout. There is going to be a change in your situation, though. If you want to manifest a new relationship, all right, this Nine of Cups, which is the wish card, and not just any old relationship, but a relationship that can be life transforming, temperance. And that has the elements of kind of being, because the temperance is here, being divinely guided, right? So I know we don't have the lovers here, but really kind of a really deep soul and spiritual connection. Then you will wait for the right timing. There is something for you, Scorpio, to revisit in this Uranus retrograde about this situation. But revisit it in a way, not the way you usually revisit something, which is like analyzing their motives, what they did, why they did it, all that could you know how Scorpio is, right? You know how you are. You analyze like a detective everybody's motives and what did they mean when they said that and why did they act like this? All right, so, okay, that's fine. You've already done all of that. That's great. But now this Uranus retrograde is asking you to look at yourself that way. There's something about your own actions, your own thing, whatever went on for you to see about yourself and look at it from a new perspective. Look at it from a spiritual perspective, because that is very much about the Hangman. The crown chakra lit up here. And of course he's upside down, so he's seeing things. You've got to get the lesson, all right, and see something from a totally different vantage point about what you learned from this. Not what they did or didn't do or whatever. It's not about them. It's about looking inward, not from a place of beating yourself up, but from a place of spiritual growth. How can I grow and learn from this experience? And this also applies to business, because 7th house is not just personal relationships. This can also be something in a business sense. Okay? So, take the time to do that. December is because this is Sagittarius, December will be a major turning point energy for you in this process. And I feel by the time Uranus goes direct, you will be, at the end of January, you will be in a much better position than you probably have been in a long time to manifest this magical new possibility in your life, whether business or personal, a relationship that really can transform your life in miraculous ways. But this cannot be skipped. This step cannot be skipped. All right? Because then if you skip it, you're just going to end up here eventually. All right? So there has been something going on that has been a deep spiritual learning, with these two spiritual cards here. And you will be going to the next level. You're going to be going on to something that's going to be even better for you. It will happen. But do yourself the favor and do right by yourself to make sure that you don't shortchange yourself and skip steps. Because when we skip steps, the universe just puts us right back where we were. So we have to make sure we don't skip the step anyway. All right. So this is very nice energy. All right. So those Scorpios who are looking for positive transformation in your relationship life, just do that spiritual work and, the transformation will happen. All right, Sagittarius. So this Uranus retrograde is happening in your 6th house of work and well-being. So there may be some things to revisit in terms of your job. Are you liking it, not liking it, etc. You know, rethinking some things about your employment. There may also be some health diagnoses or exercise routines or plans you may be also revisiting and rethinking. Changes in these areas may be, you know, a little slower. You know, if there's been some like really sudden disruptive things happening, that may ease off a little bit while Uranus is retrograde. Let's see what we have for you, Sagittarius. All right, we have a Page of Swords and a Two of Swords. Okay, so there's going to be some new information coming in, but are you going to be willing to be open-minded about it? So Two of Swords, of course, is about some sort of decision that needs to be made. We're kind of sitting on the fence. Page of Swords, all sorts of intel, info, facts, figures, communications are fast and furious coming in, but you're blocking it. All right, so you don't want to hear something, all right? Or maybe this is what's already happened as Uranus has been direct. You've gotten some information, maybe about your job, about your well-being. Maybe, you know, the doctor said, hey, you know what, you really got to start exercising if you want to get this blood pressure down. You know, it's not just about popping a pill as an example, like you need to start walking every day, you know, like stuff like that. But you've kind of been, or your boss is like, oh, well, you know, we're going to move your schedule around, or this is that other thing's going to happen, etc. And you've been kind of just, I don't want to hear it. Just please, I don't want to hear it. So this Uranus retrograde is a good time to open up your mind and heart to hearing the messages that have been coming in, or perhaps are going to start coming in the retrograde, about the changes that you still may need to make in these areas of your life, okay? Work and well-being. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, we have the Empress, the Strength, wow, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so mind and heart need to align. This is about self-care, the Empress right here. All right, nurturing yourself, both physically and also financially, because the Venus symbol is here. All right, thank you, Ariel. So, sorry, she's moving things around. Okay, so mind over matter. And here's the Queen of Swords, and it's interesting how she's kind of facing into the future. So this is what you're going to be doing. This is so interesting, this reading, Sagittarius. Wow. So you are going to be, first of all, making some very important decisions, all right, in terms of self-care, also self-esteem, your value, particularly finances, as I said over here, about your well-being. Strength card can be a lot about our physical well-being. So nurturing and taking care of that, particularly your heart with the Strength card here, any sort of circulation type issues, things like that. And of course, I am not a health professional, so please consult with your doctor. I am just doing a tarot reading here. But what this is saying to me is we have information coming in. You are not wanting to hear it. But I think within 3 weeks to 3 months, you'll say, you know what? I really do have to take better care of myself. Maybe this will happen after, you know, during the Mercury retrograde, when those other planets start going direct and the momentum starts kicking into high gear again. You might be getting a message then also from the universe, because of the major arcana here, that is a little more urgent this time. Like, yeah, you know what? I really got to get my finances together. You know what? I really got to start looking for another job, because my boss keeps telling me these things that are going to change in my workplace, and I'm not on board with those changes. I got to start figuring that out, etc., and so on. Apply the energies to your life. But you're going to make some very inspired changes based on nurturing yourself from a place of strength, and also from a place of what is right in your heart, what your heart really wants from your work life, for your well-being, etc. And I love the Queen of Swords showing up here at the end because she is like, I am doing this. So strong decision making, and I feel decisions that will stick. All right. So we go from a page to a queen. So you will be making good use of this information. And by the time Uranus goes direct at the end of January, you will have your mind over matter, and you will already be, I think, in some sort of new and exciting, especially health routines for yourself. And again, when we're trying to decide, and I'm no health professional, please consult with your doctor, but when you're trying to figure out something to take care of your health, this is my opinion, do something that you really enjoy, that you love doing. Strength training might be good for you. Light weights are even good. Exercise bands, resistance bands are great, especially for people with joint issues. Consult with your doctor, but what do you enjoy doing? Don't be like, if you don't like to lift weights, then don't do that. Go walk every day. Even walking is great and doesn't require a gym membership or, any equipment or anything. Do whatever and decide to do whatever nurtures you in the way that feels good for you. All right. And that you enjoy. Otherwise, you're not going to stick with it. It's about sticking with it and being decisive and drawing that line in the sand with your sword and saying, no, I am going to manage my work and health life from a place of nurturing. Same thing goes with, maybe there needs to be some decisions or a conversation with your supervisor and say, I love my job here. But you keep asking me to do all these other things and, I need a raise or I need, paid time off to compensate for all this stuff that I'm working extra. So there is something also I feel here with this energy, Sag, of standing up for yourself a little bit also and putting some boundaries in place and drawing that proverbial line in the sand and saying, hey, I'm giving my all to this situation. I need something coming back to me also. All right. So I feel this is very positive, but there is something here absolutely to get unblocked about, to allow yourself to see, so that you can really make a very positive change. And you will. You'll do it. I have a lot of faith and confidence in you. All right, Capricorn. So this Uranus retrograde is happening in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, risk-taking, entrepreneurship, and children. So you could have a little bit of a breather, a pause in the action in these areas of your life. There could be, of course, a rethink of these areas of your life. Let's see what we have for you. Capricorn. We have the 6 of Wands, very nice, and the Pluto, Death card. Wow. So, interesting. Now, this suggests to me that, you could read this of 2 ways. That during this Uranus retrograde, there is likely to be some sort of success that manifests for you in these 5th house areas that will change your life and maybe change it in Scorpio season, since that's the Scorpio energy showing up here. This can also be, though, in 6 months, because remember, Uranus takes 5 months to go retrograde. So this could also be happening in February of 2022 as well. Some sort of profound change that is very exciting, that is triumphantly moves you forward in manifesting whatever you're trying to manifest in this 5th house area of your life. All right. But it's a profound change. There will be a change as a result of this triumph. All right. So let's see what else we have for you. The Lovers. Another number 6. The 7 of Wands. Wow. And the 5 of Wands. Wow. Okay. Well, I got to call it the way I see it. Now, you have to apply the energy to your life. Remember, this is 5th house we are talking about. And the Gemini energy here, the Lover's energy, is my linchpin energy. So 5th house rules romance. All right. But The lovers can also represent anything Gemini related, which is also about writing and creativity and sales and networking and communications. And the fifth house is about creativity. So if you are somebody involved, particularly in, projects you really love, which, all types of communications projects, there could be something in that area of your life, which I will discuss in a moment. This can also absolutely be some sort of love relationship, manifesting a partner. So I'm going to read it from that perspective first, and then I'll come back to the other perspective. You could have a success in life that leads to a profound change, and that profound change, like some sort of, business success that leads to a profound transformation in your life that puts you in the path of somebody you are destined to meet, and probably in a romantic sense because the lovers is here. Now, that's going to really discombobulate you, Seven of Wands, even though you may want that if you're single and available. And there may be some internal struggle about, am I ready for this? I am not sure. I want it. I'm not sure. There's a little push me, pull you energy going on here. Internal struggle and trying to navigate the situation. Because we're talking about Uranus, which is about change and often unexpected change. This situation that manifests for you after something beautiful happens anyway, this situation is going to throw you for a loop, whatever this is. And that's why we have this after it. Now, there's nothing bad here. This is major arcana. This is the lovers. But there is something about the surprise of how this manifests that throws you for a loop. Okay? Now, you're going to recover from that. All right? But you're going to be like, what just happened? Who did I just meet? How did I just meet them? What was that all about? All right. Now, this can also be, you have, one success that brings a change and that leads you to, some other even better project, bigger success in that fifth house area of creativity and entrepreneurship. So as an example, let's just say in Scorpio season, you're an entrepreneur and you launch a brand new ebook, or you launch a course or a product or whatever. You launch it to great fanfare and you maybe can make a lot of money, right? Scorpio season, it brings a positive change to your business life. Well, that positive change may get you noticed by somebody in your industry. And the next thing you know, you're on like their podcast, or you're on national TV, or whatever it might be. This is, remember, Gemini, communications. And you are thrust into some sort of, this looks a little like a spotlight, this sun in the back here. You're thrust into the spotlight, which on the one hand you want, of course, but on the other, you're like, oh my God, what just happened? So there is, what I feel here, a little bit of a chain reaction of events that's happening. So be prepared for a very pleasant, I feel a pleasant surprise, Capricorn, that it's not really a test. Okay, this is what I'm getting. I'm just going to pause for a minute. It may be a little bit of a test of the faith you have in yourself. Because I do feel there's something here about you being seen at the next level. Because notice, they're naked. So there's a sense of being open but vulnerable, but in the best way. Vulnerable in terms of you pushing your limits. All right. So, and that means going to the next level, pushing your limits. Even if this is a love relationship, really opening yourself up to somebody again. In a business sense, really, maybe putting out the next level of product that is, you're wondering, I don't know how it's going to do, but I really have faith in it. I have faith in myself. I am going to push myself and test myself a little bit by putting this thing out there, that type of thing. Allowing yourself to be seen a lot more in your business as well. And it may make you feel a little vulnerable, but it's exactly the thing you need. It's going to take that business to the next level. So whatever this is for you, all right, don't think that it's just a one-off success over here. There's something else that will be even, I think, bigger. may take until next January to develop. Could be first this one, then that one. All right. So just, keep an eye on that. But absolutely know that you can rise to the occasion. This is just, this is just you psyching yourself out for some reason. So don't do that. Embrace the opportunities that are likely to manifest. All right, Aquarius. So Uranus retrograde is happening in your 4th house of home, family, roots, and what nourishes you, what feeds you. So any sort of home situations that have been going on, if you've been thinking of moving, if you've been trying to get renovation done, if you've been trying to get financing for a house, selling a house, buying a house, waiting to hear from contractors, if you're trying to get your house fixed, whatever it might be, whatever's going on, there may be a revisiting of some sort of pertinent situation. There could also be a reprieve. There can be a slowdown. There can be a regrouping, like nothing. It depends on your personal situation, but often when planets go, these big outer planets go retrograde, changes don't always happen. You kind of get put on hold. So something going on with a family situation may get put on hold, but it will percolate and take off again at the end of January. So let's see what the cards have to say here for you. They also could just be, you need to rethink some sort of change you've been wanting to make with your home situation. And you could get additional information that's going to help you make that change. All right, let's see. All right, we have the Page of Cups and we have the 8 of Swords. All right. So, yeah. All right. Don't get mad at me. I'm going to tell you, I'm very honest. I tell you exactly what I feel from the energies. You're going to get unstuck. This situation will get unstuck. It may not be till Pisces season, though. It may take that long. I think it'll be favorable. It's good news. The Page of Cups is here. But you may be put in a little bit of a holding pattern, a time out. We're going to pull some more cards until that time, which is roughly 8 months, because it's 5 months to the end of January. It's roughly about March. We're talking March of 2022. Now, what I feel though, honestly, is that the universe is putting you in a protective bubble, in a protective situation. This is very Pisces energy, very nice. So there's a spiritual reason why you are still where you're at. Like, for example, like you're trying to move, all right? You're trying to sell the house. There may be, or you're trying to buy something and you can't get out of the rental, something like that. There is a reason why, which will be revealed later, you're in this particular situation. So let's pull some more cards, all right? But also during this retrograde time, it is going to be important for you to rethink some things. All right, with this 8 of Swords. You're not seeing certain things about your situation. King of Swords, so making a decision, having the clarity of mind, having the information. 8 of Cups, look at the 8. Okay, wow, wow. All right, another number 8. I told you, I'm getting chills all over my body. I told you, Aquarius. As I said, I'm very honest. I tell you what I feel. Again, it's a general reading. Apply it to your life. But the 2 8s here. So 8 months. 8 months is what I feel. There is more information coming. There is an important decision that's going to happen. Now, it could involve a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this can also be a time marker for Aquarius season, which of course comes before Pisces season. So February. So after Uranus has gone direct, you will get to your personal paradise, whatever this is for you, this beautiful 9 of Pentacles. So 4th house. So the place where you can call home, the place where you can feel independent and free, where you can, manifest your home, whatever that is for you. Buying, selling, this beautiful 9 of Pentacles here. There will be an emotional leave taking here with this 8 of Cups. It could be something to do with perhaps moving on from this air sign. That's possible. And moving solo somewhere. So some of you, there may be something to face in this retrograde period, Uranus retrograde period, to do with making a decision about a relationship. Because we have the page, the 8, and then we have independence over here. So you may have not wanted to see something about your partner, your living situation. If you're living with somebody, this can even be roommates, whatever it might be. But you will be seeing it. You will be reevaluating it. It'll be in your face. You're going to have to deal with it one way or the other. Here it is, the King of Swords. You will make a decision about it, and you will move on to a place that is going to be better for you, where you're going to feel free. That's the thing I love about this Knight of Pentacles. You're going to be feeling free, creative, lush. I love this. There's all this greenery around her, lush and happy, and all the yellow, which is about the solar plexus chakra, which is about our will, what you really want. That's going to be paramount for you in terms of deciding where you're going, right? This moving on. So again, the 8. And it's very interesting. And the other deck that I use all the time, if you've watched the channel, I use this deck all the time, especially for career readings. And the 8 of Cups in that card has a big Pisces symbol on it. And I told you, Pisces season. Over here, right? 8 months. So March is going to be interesting for you. But get the clarity. Allow the information to come in. This is a block. You have been blocking information. You have been blocking factual information with the swords, and you've been blocking emotional information that's been trying to get in to tell you, hey, something's not right here. It's not right in your heart, and it's not right in your head. So allow yourself over the Uranus retrograde period to rethink, let information in. There's no need to rush a decision. It will happen in right timing, and you will move on when you are ready. And look what you're moving on to. This is fantastic. So Aquarius, you got this. All right, Pisces. So Uranus retrograde is happening in your 3rd house of communications, daily habits, and routines, siblings, and transportation, particularly if you own a vehicle. So changes that may have happened in these areas of your life, you may be getting a little bit of a breather from those. You may be getting used to the changes that have happened during the retrograde period. So let's see what we have for you. All right, we have Judgment and we have the Wheel. Wow, okay. So there could be some sort of important change coming in these areas of your life, maybe in a couple of months. So maybe, I think in November, honestly. Now, the universe is gonna bring this change, gonna bring this information to help you make this decision. But there is something here about the new, all right, because of the Judgment card. So the resurrection, something new that needs to get started. But what I'm feeling too is that something that you put off deciding about is going to come back around again, and you are going to have to decide this time. So something to do in those 3rd house matters that I already mentioned. All right. It's going to be different for different people, but with the Wheel here, for example, there really could be something going on with your car. There could be the type of thing where you put off making a decision. You just decided, I don't know if I'm going to sell this. I don't know if I'm going to fix it. I don't know what to do. I don't really want to buy something right now, etc. Well, the universe may bring the opportunity that you will have to make that decision. So the universe could bring you an opportunity to reconnect and heal with a sibling. That is possible. So some sort of decision about or go the other way with your sibling as well. If there's something tense, you don't want to deal with them anymore, there could be something like that. This can also be making some sort of decision about if you're going to continue with a creative project that you've already started. The universe could be bringing you some sort of information to help you make that decision. So some sort of, the Wheel is a good card. So some sort of affirming energy that, yeah, maybe you should continue with this. It still has life left in it. Why did you abandon it before? Like that type of thing. All right, so let's see what else we have for you. We have the Capricorn. Wow, look at these major arcanas. The Ace of Wands. Wow. And this Two of Swords has been popping up so many times today. Unbelievable. And I have shuffled thoroughly. Wow. So yeah, there is going to be a decision. There's going to be a decision and a course of action taken. So the thing is, though, we got this stubborn energy in the middle. We have energy that is a little hard to shift, but I do feel that the universe is trying to shift it for you. But a lot is going to be about you opening up your mind to some new possibilities. This Two of Swords for me is very much mental block. I got a mental block, maybe based on the past and some habits I've gotten into that maybe do not serve me. Habits of, communication, miscommunication, whatever it might be. So there could be something going on there. The universe is bringing you an opportunity to let go of something, some habit, something you felt chained to. Remember, this is also about daily habits and routines. Third house. So something in your daily life that really doesn't serve you well anymore and it's become a bad habit. The universe is giving you the opportunity to shift out of it, to decide once and for all, I am done with this, and then to walk your talk. Here's the Ace of Wands. But there is resistance. There is resistance to this. So look at whatever this is for you. The other thing I'm feeling, all right, this was just, I paused because I was getting info. The other thing I'm feeling, because of the twos here, we have a 2 here and a 2 here. There are likely to be 2 things you're trying to decide between. And it could be 2, it's third house. So it's probably some sort of communication related project. Okay. Because again, third house connected with Gemini, communications, that type of thing. Particularly writing projects. You don't know what to do. And I think there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear about making the wrong decision because of this devil that's in the middle. It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You may feel like that. But that's just because you're not opening up, because remember, this is blocking. I am not opening up, in particular, I'm not opening up my heart to what I really need and what I'm really feeling and what I'm really thinking about. So, as I said, the universe is going to bring you the information, and it's going to be up to you to set yourself free from whatever this block is. And this can just be too, like, I've gotten comfortable with something, even though I know it's no good for me. You will walk your talk. I feel like I really feel with the 2 twos, it's likely to come up very soon. But I'll tell you this. You know me, I'm very honest. I will tell you exactly what I'm thinking. You're going to get there. You got the Ace of Wands here. And I think in 2 months, you will make a decision. However, you got the Capricorn energy here. Uranus goes direct at the very end of Capricorn season, January 18th. Depending on what this is, it may take you that long to permanently shift out of this and permanently make that go away. Okay? Because it is something that's been there for a while. So whatever this is for you, this third house situation, whatever this is for you. All right. And I'm really feeling, because, daily habits and routines, I'm really feeling it's something you've gotten into a rut about, whatever it might be. And whatever this is, and it's not healthy. And that's why it's going to take a little bit. And because we also have the block, but you will be successful. You're a Capricorn, you love a challenge. Okay. So, And definitely with this wheel here, the universe is bringing it to your attention, and the universe is also bringing you the support you need. We have angelic and spirit guide assistance to shift this thing. And you'll get there. You will get there. Just stay the course. But I mean, I have to be honest with you. It may take you the full Uranus retrograde cycle to do it. So thank you so much for joining me for your Uranus retrograde horoscope, a tarot reading with me, Stella Wilde. I hope that you found it useful and interesting. And if you did, please consider sharing it with those you think may also benefit from it. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. I will see you again soon.